brother, treat you like a friend, respect you like a lover.
Hey guys, this is Renee, your host, and we are so excited to release our podcast. We're giving you highlights of our podcast, just giving you a little sprinkle here and there, but the podcast itself is an hour and 55 minutes. We want to thank those of you who have already purchased the books. We are just like overwhelmed and excited that so many people have already bought the books. We really, really appreciate it. If you have not bought the book yet, it is available at zoiebooks.net, barnesandnobles.com, and amazon.com. Stay tuned, guys, and thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. You guys have been listening since 2022 here in America and around the world. We thank you and we see you, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you so much. We are just elated that we have already sold over 2,500 books.
Yes, and this includes ebooks and physical books.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much.
Yes, we appreciate all the support.
The title of the book is No Weapon Formed Against Thee Shall Prosper, and we can find that in Isaiah 54:17. And the reason why I chose this title, because towards the end of the book, really in both relationships, Robin got herself in a situation where it could have cost her life.
Yeah, due to the choices she made and the people that she chose to be with.
Yes. So it was really hard for her, but she made it through. That's why, the weapon was formed, but it did not prosper. I must give a disclaimer before we get into this too deep. This is a work of fiction, and I have been writing, again, for over 20 years. This story, the characters within this story, is a combination of people I have met throughout my life. Both of these men in the book were drug dealers. One started off a drug dealer, the other one became a drug dealer. And this is totally fiction. In real life, my husband died of cancer. This guy had a very fatal death. And as a matter of fact, Zoe was not pleased with how Kelly died. Again, it's fiction. It's not real. And one of the things that I did, because if family members do read it, again, this is a combination of people that I've met throughout my life, but there is one similarity, and that is with Kelly. Kelly's mother, the change was, though, Kelly's mother came from a family of doctors, but in real life, my husband's grandfather was a dean at Howard University.
Yeah.
So
the same university where the vice president went to.
Yeah. And he comes from a very prestigious family. Born and raised in D.C., because I feel like some people that are on the outside looking in, and I know I can't control that, and I know that some people just have their own thoughts. They want to think the worst. But my husband was raised very well and, just taught me a whole lot. I wanted to make a point that a lot of his uncles became doctors. As a matter of fact, some of them moved here and are currently doctors here in Atlanta. Shout out to the people in Atlanta.
Yes. Shout out to them.
Yes, you guys showed up and showed out, okay? I mean, it touches me deeply that people, for one, read the book before they came, and for two, was just so into the story. I mean,
Yeah, they were invested.
yes, they were. And, for a writer, that means a lot. People really were invested in the characters. Now, let's kind of switch back to the parents. Because Robin's father did come. And it was so funny because one audience member thought that Robin's father was a narcissist.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of sex scenes, and I guess this is the appropriate time. I wanted to talk about why I got into this. And some of you may have read my bio where I grew up around not seeing porn, but reading porn through the Playboy magazines, and there was also Penthouse. They had articles in these magazines. And so I would read those articles, really young, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. I was reading them, which is not good. And then on top of that, my dad had books by Donald Goines and Iceberg Slim. So I was reading those too. And so I was probably a little over-sexualized before I was really old enough to be. And that is the reason why even today, my writing style is the way that it is. I was going to put something out on Facebook because I started off doing Bible scriptures. And then, when I put the first chapter of the book on there, I know it may have turned some people off, including when I did the cover for White Liver. But what I have learned really over this year is that I need to embrace all of me. And maybe as I get older, that part of me may tone down, but this is all of me. This is all of who I am. As a person, I do write raunchy things. Now, with Elise, it won't be that way, and obviously losing weight, the emotional roller coaster won't be that way. The point is, just because I'm writing about it, it does not mean that I'm actually living out all of these fantasies with multiple men. Let's see. Let's talk about Robin's friends, because Robin had some whorish friends, didn't she?
Oh, she did. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's talk about Trina. You said something when we were prepping for this, what you thought about Trina, because there was Fran Mika, Trina, who else? Marlene. And there's a Marlene's sister, which was not Robin's friend, Nikki.
And Caroline.
You know what's funny? Maybe that is why subconsciously why I named her Nikki, because Prince had that song Darling Nikki.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Nikki was a freak for real, okay? Robin moved a lot. Robin's life was so chaotic. And it was chaotic because Robin never planned. Soon as she got enough money saved, to get her place, she would run. She was constantly running. And it just caused her so many problems. She was homeless multiple times. It wasn't until Robin got with Kelly that she got stability.
Yes. Yeah, that helped her out a lot financially and emotionally.
Mm-hmm. Because
he helped her in multiple ways.
Yeah, and they were best friends. And I want to say to all of these men, and it's more than one, that have played these little games like hide and seek and peekaboo and all of that. I will say this, you have made me stronger, all of you. I want to give you all a round of applause. Because I learned from the best. So when people do that, it just, out of sight, out of mind. It just, because I do require attention like most normal people do. If you ignore me, I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
Might as well.
Yeah, I don't stay stuck, especially if you haven't shown me anything. What did Too Short say?
You better try to get away from me. I love money, and I just can't fake it.
That's right. So you're not hurting me. And believe me, I learned from the best. But Zoie made a valuable point. First of all, I want to know, I know you said you liked the comedy, But you also said that there was a good lesson in this book. So I want you to kind of tell people your likes and some of the saddest parts of this book, and then also the lessons that were learned, and for the people that are who haven't read the book yet.
The saddest part would be Kelly's demise.
Mm-hmm.
That was really sad. And for anyone who reads it, they'll see why. Because, like I said earlier, it was unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
And the other sad part would be when Robin and Zara were in New York and things went downhill.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And the Black Crows in that place that they were in, that was like, it was really bad. And to be honest, guys, it was hard to read it because it was really, really a dark time. It was really, really a dark time in the book. Yeah, that was very, very sad.
Yeah,
Yes.
those were the saddest parts for me.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I enjoyed this story. And like I said before, it was funny too. There are some funny parts in there. And it's an eye-opening story.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the message I got out of it is that love can look different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So someone's idea of love may not look like another person's idea of love.